I'm HiVolume Beats, and I'm with Meet Your Makers. Shout out Oklahoma. My name is Dale Jefferson. My production alias is HiVolume Beats. I am a music producer, engineer. I also play a piano and working on the guitar as well. Me and my production company, wOKelahoma, are solely officially here at Castle Row. And if you'd like to book me, I am in this location. I was an artist first. I started off rapping. And what got me inspired by rapping was the, I don't know if everybody remembers the T-Pain app. There was a T-Pain auto-tune app. And I had, my friend had shown me that app, and we started putting our vocals in auto-tune and stuff. And it was really interesting, and I've never heard my voice like that in pitch to a song. And so that kind of inspired me to do cover songs. And then from there, I started getting to producing because I realized that I don't have any money for any beats, so I might as well go make my own. And so I got an iPad, and I don't remember what the app was, but I started making beats on there, and then I expanded off into FL Studio, then to Machine, and then Ableton. So how I got here was my friend Z, which you guys maybe know him as Zone at one point. He's from Norman. He now lives in Vegas. He brought me in here. I was working on this tape called E3, and I was producing a handful of records on there and also engineering as well. And he brought me in here to shoot a music video. He was like, man, come in here and you know, be Dr. Dre or whatever. And so I was like, okay. And so I'm assuming that we're probably gonna come into like some like home studio or anything. But I walked in here into Studio A, and I was like, wow. I was super impressed, and it was kind of like thrown off for a second, but I started working on his songs in the session and shooting the video, and the owner, Garrett Starks, he was impressed with how my production was, and he pretty much brought me on board. wOKelahoma started in technically 2010. It started off with Jenny, who's also one of the CEOs and also a manager. She was, we were in high school. It was me, Jenny, and Josh, also known as Fresh J. She wanted to run for Stuco Historian at Edmond Santa Fe is where we graduated. And she wanted to do a rap music video. And so I had been rapping at the time, and we had Spanish class together, and I was pretty much trying to help her. I was writing her raps for her and help her learn how to freestyle. Josh he had moved from Texas. He was recording in, I think it might have been Audacity was the DAW at the time. And he was the only one to know how to record vocals on beats and stuff. And we pretty much were like, we need somebody to record us for this video. And so we had another friend named Andrea. She shot the video, and it was like a little high school thing, and we didn't end up winning, but they loved it, and sort of fans off of it, and we kind of went from that to let's take this a little more serious, and then we kind of started wOKelahoma, and now officially it is Jenny, Fresh J, GQ, Scotty, Rush, and myself, and Chops as well, and he's also a videographer. That was probably the last one recently. Since then, I've just been doing much like scattered things. But as far as started, that was straight from the beginning. Helped produce most of all that tape. I don't have any specific projects that I'm working on. More so singles, just doing random singles with artists. Some artists that we record here is Katie Verana, Gabby is one of the artists. I'm also working on some stuff with Chief Peace. Fresh J, of course. There's tons that I could name off, but those are kind of off the top of my head right now. I will be coming out with a website, production website, and I will have various types of beats on there. I'm not really a producer that is kind of boxed in. I like to make all types of music, so it'll be anything from hip hop to R&B to pop to, you might even hear some country on there. It's just any type of music is going to be on that site, and for artists to purchase my production. When I first started off doing music, I wanted to replicate other things, and you can replicate things. You can go online, you can figure out, hey, how to play this song by whoever and get the chord progression or the notes, and then watch somebody play it. But you only know how to play that song. And I like the fact that music theory allows me to be able to create any song and also come up with more original and unique ideas. The music industry, it's 90% business, 10% music. I would wish somebody would have taught me or mentored me more about royalties and stuff like that, understanding that there's different types of royalties, from public performers, mechanical royalties, to print, digital streaming royalties. You can get there's so many ways, sync licenses, there's so many ways to monetize your craft, and a lot of artists, they don't know how to do that. And nobody really tells them at first, and so they're focusing all their time and effort on trying to make a good song, and if it's not going to be able to go anywhere or be able to monetize, they won't be able to live off of it. So I have worked with a few notable artists, and I love the music that I do. I love creating music, so I feel like a highlight would be really understanding like more theory in music, understanding the piano a little bit more than I did when I first started off. I was just kind of just sequencing beats in, just hear kick, snare, melody, doing using like FL Studio. But I feel like my highlight is understanding music a lot more. So being in this session with Wayne, I wasn't actually the engineer on that session. Manny is his engineer, and that was a pretty cool experience because you get to watch somebody you grew up, one of the greats, just like actually doing what he does. He's one of those artists where he just kind of comes with it off the top of the dome, and so he'll just, you know, he's rapping the cadence, and then boom, few moments later, he's got parts of a song, and Manny the engineer, he's awesome. He's a very, very talented engineer as well. He had his producer T was there, and also one of the bodyguards was his name was Swole, and Fresh J and I, we produced some records with T, and we'll see where they're gonna pop up at soon. So